Okay, so what have we been up to? Well, since the last one I've changed it now, so instead of using legacy OpenGL I can now use GLAD, the Modern GL library, in this little application that I'm practicing my C++ skills on. Not overly successfully, but it's working. I've managed to add a few bits. So I've added, this isn't operational yet, that I've not, the Windows hint part isn't working yet. Get the frame buffer size, make the window context current, and terminate the window. So I've also added, I've just started adding keyboard control, so we can get some keyboard input a bit better than I had it on the earlier bit. So that's meant we've had to add these in the OpenGL part. Not that much. We'll ignore that one. Like I say, that's not. I've not worked out how to implement that yet. The frame buffer, create the frame buffer, get the frame buffer from the window that we've got, then make it the context current is just this little piece of code there. Wasn't that difficult to find that out, and clean up the window at the end of it. All the other bits on here are roughly the same. There's not, this is all part of the adding the keyboard control. So as we know, when they update the keyboard, when the buttons have been pressed, is pressed, is released, key is down, key is up. All fairly straightforward. It wasn't that difficult to find the information out and put it together. This has not changed except for the fact in the other version I had this, the keys were being controlled in here to exit the program, and it all works. He says, dreading pressing the green button when the error message comes up. No, it all works. It's all working at the moment. So this is now being done. So we're using the modern version of OpenGL instead of the legacy version. Still long way to go on it. In the actual test application, that then means we've added, like I say, this isn't working yet. That's on the to-do list. The icon works, the maximize works. It's set to false at the moment. If you set it to true, the window opens maximize. The context, can't spit it out for the frame buffer. That's then printed on screen, and then we simply load GLAD like you would in any other thing. Get the version of it. We can then set the viewport, and we can set the clear color, set a color to the screen, and the GL clear. Actually, I've not implemented the close down yet. We can also do now. We can do the keyboard's sort of working, so we can do is key pressed, but actually not. I hit that and I shouldn't have done. Let's start that again without the cock up. is key pressed. That one. And then I've set up some of my own defines for the keys on this. Cool, making a dog's dinner of that. Right, let's get rid of that out of the way, that's not needed. I should have pre-typed this before it would have been quicker. Oh dear. If only I was any good. Look at that, we'll go with that one. We're going to need an extra one of them on there to get rid of that red squiggly, so we can tell if the don't need that. I don't know where that come from either. Right, let's do another one. We can do is key released, so we can tell whether the key's been released or not. Big bar, same again with that, so we can, that's, thank you for that. That's over me typing that. We could also do, if we wanted to, this is just for testing the actually that'll do. How did it know I was going to do that? That was clever. It's even cleverer than I thought it was. Then we simply update the preserved key. Now, as long as there's no red squigglies there, is there? No, right. So we can click that, and hopefully that will now give us the ability to get some keyboard input. So if we move that aside so we can see what we're doing, press the space bar. So when it's down, up, and we can also hit the escape key. Oh no, we can't, because I missed one word out of there, which was silly. I should have put break in there. Put that in there and it should. Try that once more. And we should be able to press the escape key to exit the program. There we go, and then that eventually that'll be done slightly differently to that, because it will need to go to the window terminate bit so it cleans everything up properly. Anyhow, that's where I've got to. It's been quite a bit of a journey. I've got some more work to do on the keyboard side of things, because I'm not quite satisfied with how this works at the moment. Next project is going to be to add mouse interaction with the window. So the next thing I'm going to try to do is work on the mouse interaction. So that's next on the project. The code for this is actually on YouTube is on GitHub, but only the include file and the CPP file. The lib file's not on there, but this file and this file are actually on GitHub. I will put a link in the description just in case anybody wants to peruse it. I don't suppose they will, but we can live in hope. Can but live in hope. Anyhow, that's enough waffling. Thanks for watching if you did.